Okay. I need a drink of water. No, I got a root beer in the fridge. How are you doing, Ma?
I'm doing alright.
You want some to drink?
Yeah.
You just had... Oh, you know what, Ma?
What?
I'm gonna save some of this root beer.
Yeah.
We can drink. You can have a sip if you want.
Okay.
I'll save some, and then tomorrow I can make you a root beer float.
Oh, right.
How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Does that sound good? There you go. Go ahead and get a little swig off that.
Very distinct taste.
Make your root beer float tomorrow, okay, Mom?
Okay.
Or I could make one with orange. Orange and vanilla.
Oh, that's an interesting combination.
Or even strawberry.
Kind of light.
Yeah, or even strawberry. Okay. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Hale empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. What an interesting day. Well, it was a good day. Mostly it was a good day. Had one little small hiccup. I live in a freaking podunk town in northern New Mexico, and a lot of these people have been born and raised here. And when people have been stuck in one place and been in one place their whole entire lives, a lot of them, they don't have the ability to be versatile in their thinking, because they're just constantly doing the same thing. They eat the same restaurants and the only thing that passes is times and seasons change, but they do the same stuff, But you get a little life experience. you get maybe this is, maybe try it like this, or maybe try it like this. But people in this town, they know very little, and I don't think it's just designated to Taos, New Mexico. I think it's the whole world. I think everybody just got lazy, and people just do not know what customer service is. I got a phone call this afternoon. At 1:02, and they said, "Yeah, hi, Margie." Lady was really perky. I couldn't really understand her name. She's like, "We have some perishables here for you. We don't have your address is your P.O. box. Could you call us back with some more information, right?" Okay. So I call back. I said, "Yeah, you need some information." "Oh, just come down and pick it up at 5:00. Is what they told me, is what somebody else told me. I didn't talk to the lady that left me a voicemail. I talked to another lady because she said, "Did you call Margie?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then the other lady took it upon herself to have her come down, Isn't UPS, aren't they supposed to deliver it to your house? Okay, is my understanding. Now it was 1:00 when they left that message, and the little outlet there that you can go and pick stuff up at doesn't open until 5. So I have perishables there. They know it, so it's 4 hours sitting there in the warehouse. There's trucks all over. Why don't you just throw it on a truck, bring it over to the house? I'm 3.5 miles away. Now that'd be customer service, right? So when I get there, I pull in. Now this is the second. This is what the frick what is it about it? When I park, I'm a frickin' good driver. I frickin' drove 5 years on the flight line at frickin' Offutt Air Force Base, towing equipment, I'm a good driver, And so I park at the UPS place. I get there about, 14 minutes early, a couple minutes early. And I go to park and I pull in. And I back up just enough, 2 inches, Mom, enough to straighten my wheels. That's what I do, right? Because it's just force of habit. I'm used to right? It's my muscle memory, right? So this lady behind me in a Subaru, another couple in a Subaru at the stupid coffee shop. This happened a few days ago. Same thing. I'm backing up enough to straighten my tires, and they freaking lay on the horn, right? And that's what this lady did. It's not like a toot toot, I'm here. It's a fucking obnoxious, you know, you must be a fucking idiot, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay on my horn to let you know. That's what this woman, that was a representation, right? Okay? So I rolled it, because I have to roll down the window to let myself out because my handle's broken. I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with these people in this town and their fucking horns? You can stick your horns up your ass. I said, you know, I rolled it down. I said, I saw you, is what I told the lady. I said, I saw you. I drive a minivan. It's a fucking fishbowl. There's windows all around. I'm constantly looking around. I could see her in my rearview mirror. I could see her over my shoulder. I saw that she was there, right? She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, you don't fucking know what I saw. And then this other D-bag in a yellow Jeep, he's parking too, right? They're gonna chase. So I go up to the window, right? I think that she's just another person there picking up a package. Nope, she's the employee. She's the lady that worked there, right? I said, she's like, you need your mask to come inside. I said, okay. And she's like yelling because her adrenaline's going. All right. So she's yelling. She's like talking really loud. She's just like, you know. And I'm just like, all right. I said, it's 13 minutes till. So by that calculation, I got some time to get my mask, right? I said, I can't, you know. She's like, you can get it now, your package now, if you get your mask. And I was like, fucking, what the fuck ever? So I go to the van, roll my, you know, get my mask, roll up the window, walk in. I'm like, I don't even want to be here to begin with. Why am I here? I'm the customer. Why do I gotta pick up my shit? You people are a delivery service. And the freaking little fucking dipshit in the fucking yellow Jeep. Well, you know, and I'm like, and what the hell? I said, I don't buy into this shit either. And you know, I or something to that effect. And I mentioned, I said, and I was a veteran, and all this shit is stupid, and I don't know why people even believe in this stuff. And the guy's like, I'm a veteran too. I'm like, well, we ain't the same kind, because you're the little bitch kind. You're the little bitch kind. You know, just play. You know what he said? He said the magic words. That's why it set me off, because he said the magic words, which is, I am just only doing my job. I'm just doing my job. So, I looked him up. They got a lot of bad reviews. Only they got 61 reviews. I did 2, letting them know that I'm doing this YouTube live, talking about the experience that I have there. Right? And I'm like, I don't understand why I'm here to be, you know, you people are giving me, why didn't you just go, I tell you my name, my name's Marge, you know, go get the box off the desk and freaking bring it to me outside. You know what I mean? But it was nothing like that. And then I go on here and because I'm like, maybe it's me. Then I look here, it says, continuously have an issue with receiving my package when my normal driver isn't working. This is the 3rd time my delivery has been put on hold. Now I have to waste my time to contact customer service again for the same delivery. This is worst ever. All I can say is because I worked at UPS hub in Colorado, I understand why they can't just deliver my package. Instead, they get turned over to the post office or returned to sender. Wait, this isn't for the same one. Yeah. It's for the same company. One person I read a review how they have to come in like 30 miles and like, oh, the drivers can never find my house. I live about 30 miles away from Taos, even though I and my entire family have spoken to the customer center multiple times giving extensive directions. I feel that like they look at my address and don't even bother to deliver my package as an inconvenience to them, making me drive an hour to pick up a package at a location that will never answer the phone. I've never had a problem with UPS driver customer service from Santa Fe, but for some reason the drivers and customer support at this location are incompetent. It's not just me. It's not just me. It's not just me. But see, when you live in small podunk towns, your hands are tied, and that's what they know. That's why they're freaking That's why they slack. That's why they freaking. Dude, how many drivers have we heard in the last freaking year of people just dumping packages in the freaking in a ravine someplace? And what are they doing? Going and buying buying some hoe on the street with the rest of your day? I mean, come on now. People got a freaking vibe hyper, man. Tut-tut. Tucker's upset today. You want me to turn off that light, Tucker? Tucker's upset today. Everybody, you know what I think about it? It's not just Tucker, it's just the fiery energy, and I think that he's picking up on that. And then the guy freaking, I know what intimidation tactics are. And then they're like, this is private property. If you come back on this property again, we'll call the cops. I'm like, fucking cops are the second lowest test scores in the military entrance exam. You think I'm fucking afraid of them? Seriously? Because I hurt your feelings? Because I talk shit because you fucking honked at me? Because I'm down here to begin with, 5 o'clock? I don't even go out after dark. It's just, people are funny. So, let's see. And then we're so sorry for the inconvenience. Worst UPS station for pickup. The ladies who work there are rude and have no customer service skills, and this is only open a few hours a week. Yeah. I like the drivers. The drivers are cool. I have no problem with the drivers. Never have. Absolutely horrible service. Over the past week, I've had 4 packages lost or undelivered. It's just, And then today, it's funny because there's been 3 times I haven't gotten mail here. It hasn't shown up at all. And I even, today I've been here a year. We've had the mailbox for a year, Ma. I had to pay. I got my notice today to re-up my P.O. box. It went from what was it, 7? And it seems like when last year it was $160 for the year. Now it's $200 for the year, Ma. $99 for 6 months for a P.O. box, and maybe you'll get your shit. Maybe you won't. And that guy, and it's all about the stupid mask. And all this mask it's all about control and people that feel inferior and how they can make people dance like puppets because they feel, because they lack control and power of and by themselves in their own lives. And rather than step into people's power, no, it's just easier to be a little fuck. It's been 2 years. It's been shit the whole time. It's been nonsense the whole time. But more and more I see it, when I go to the grocery store in Wally World, I see, and when I picked up, the guy was like, you gotta wear your mask, right? You know what I did? I took my mask off and I picked up my box. And then he walked over to the door, and he's standing at the door. Her car's here, so there's not a lot of space, but it's all intimidation tactics. And I'm not going to be fucking intimidated by a little bitch that drives a fucking yellow Jeep. Dude, I've had bigger, uglier, nastier, meaner motherfuckers try a lot harder than little bitches in yellow Jeeps. Anyway. Alright, now I'm home and we're all cozy. Hey, Jessica, it's been a while. You had a rude UPS lady? They're all, because they're all they're all freaking living miserably. Then why don't people quit and come up with good ideas and so you don't have to do that job? Why don't you go do something you like doing, People don't. When I was a bus boy at a Mexican restaurant, and I used to have to put up with so much shit. I hated when people came in right before close. And then and then they'd have kids. I'm like, why are the kids out this late anyway, And then they'd be out, and then they give the kid a plate of rice. People treated rice as fun food, like it was entertainment for their kid. rice is to be eaten. It's not confetti, you know. But kids think it's fun and they throw it on the ground a lot. That's the first thing kids do. You put a plate of rice in front of a kid, they pick it up and they throw it on the ground. I don't know. And you know what a pain in the ass it is, because it just rolls. It's starchy, so it sticks. It just rolls. It's so sweeping it. You know, it's just let it dry out a little bit. Sweep it up when it's dry, but uncommonly courteous. Well, more and more stuff is being revealed. More stuff is being revealed. And I did get a lot of cool broth today. I got a lot of broth. So much broth. Mom likes it. You liked it, huh? It's like it has chicken broth is the one you tried, and chicken and turmeric and coconut milk. That would make a nice base for a soup too. I do a really good Indian Indian food dish that I kind of feel like making because there's no Indian food restaurants in Taos, New Mexico. Man, this place is like living in the past. It's a trip. And I think about all these people that I know that live in these big, huge cities with all these big, huge cities conveniences. I was thinking about that today. I tried to call my sister the other day and see if there's a Kohl's where she lives, to see if she'd go down and pick up stuff that I paid for and then send it to me. Because that's one of the things that I tried to have shipped to me here in Taos, New Mexico. And it I think it made it all the way to Colorado, and then I don't know, maybe it went to Albuquerque, and then it went back. It just went back. It went back to wherever they shipped it from. And I never got my britches or my shoes or my hoodie that I ordered. So I don't know, but I look at everything as divine. If I'm supposed to have stuff, if I'm supposed to get it, it'll come to me. And if I'm not, then crazy shit happens like that. And I'm supposed to go get it in some other kind of way. So more and more people are and a lot of astrologers are talking about how more and more people are waking up. And there's been periods of time that this has happened in the last 4 or 5 years since I've really started been paying attention, and it's always like a little bit like, okay, like a few people do, but I don't know. I got much more grandiose ideas of like the numbers of people that should be, because this is all crap, man. I don't know why people have any faith in politicians at all. Political science, I mean, what kind of fucking bullshit degree is that? What kind of fucking crap is that? Political science? That should tell you, that should freaking remove any faith that anybody has in science. If they created a science around politics, it's just fucking nonsense, man. It's all nepotism. It's all a club. People have positions based on, you know, people don't get hired because of what their resumes say anymore. They get hired because of who they know. In some connections, in some capacity, somehow. The world has changed. It's evolved into some really... who was I talking to today? Who was I talking... Oh, the dude at the... We have some pretty good conversations. We got some different points of view from time to time. In a lot of ways, because we just have different frames of reference. Our backgrounds are totally different. But we have some pretty good conversation. I said, you know, I think about 30 years ago when I was in junior high, I was at CVI. And that was 6th, 7th grade for me. It was a lot of freaking growth. I mean, I was one of those, I never really got a childhood. So yeah, I freaking fully embraced my inner child at all, you know, every opportunity I can get. Because because it was always grow up, and I'm like, I'm 4, you know, kind of stuff, you know. I always took on more responsibility than I needed to. Also, it's just my astrology. It's just my chart. So I was thinking about how 30 years ago. Why are you barking, Luna? Did I leave the window open? we'd sit around at social studies and stuff like that, and people would talk about the future and how we'd see the things in the future and stuff like that with the cars with the wheels that turn this way. And, you know, even back then, I didn't think electric cars were really a good idea. But I knew that that's the direction we were headed. But I would talk, get out of his ear. Good girl, Luna. But nothing that we ever talked about, nothing that no idea that anybody ever said, nothing that anybody ever mentioned was even close to what's happening on the planet today. Not anybody ever, you know. Because the thing of it, I get that military conflicts have always been made up. I get the industrial military conflict complex, and then I understand it at a higher at a higher level because I was a part of it and I was a witness to it, and that's why I could only do 6. Because I couldn't stand the swinging dick club, is what I call it. Who's in charge and how they felt that day. None of those people ever go by policies and procedures. None of them do. They use these jets as their own freaking private jets, too. They call it training exercises. It's fucking ridiculous. It's horseshit. And they make the poor people, they make people and, you know, us small people pay for all of it. And that's the shit that needs to stop. So they can go over in countries and kill people in places we have no business being? It's ridiculous. The only time that we should ever be engaged in frickin' in booms and all that shit is if our land is being invaded. Anything other than that, it's misappropriation of funds. It's egos, it's people playing chess and games with human lives, and that's what the world really needs to wake up to. You know, but more and more people benefit from it, you know. No, my dad was in the military. I'm a military brat. I'm sorry. That's your fucking problem. I'm sorry that your parents couldn't come up with anything better to do. It's like, it's fast food for murder. Man. Talk about it all the time. All waste. All the misappropriation. They had a freaking fuel line that ran from Texas to Offutt for some stupid, because I remember I had to go through hoops to find the MSDS for the fuel for this line that came through states just for some reason, because somebody somewhere wanted it that way. How wasteful is that? Wasteful, so wasteful. You know, I couldn't understand. I'm like, we grew up so poor. We didn't have nothing. We'd be hungry at the end of the month. But look at all these people. But people are living in these small communities, these military bases all over the world. You know, on for free. And it's not like how it used to be. People usually stay put a lot longer than they used to. But it used to be, it's like they go live here for 3 years, and then they go live here for 3 years. And all these people like bought a house in this town and bought a house in this town. So they got real estate all over the place. You know, and ain't nobody worked that hard. Nah. They got a lot of downtime. Hell, they only worked 10 months out of the year at Offutt, when I was at Offutt. Because you got 30 days, you got 30 days leave. So if you use that's a month off the bat. You only work, and then there's 15 holidays that are recognized. And then for every holiday that's recognized, they'll recognize it on a Monday. Usually 9 times out of 10, the base commander gives people Friday as a down day. Kind of thing. Happens all the time. So they hardly ever work. Yeah, so it's like people got duped. You know, so you got all these mom and dad comes home, you know, oh God, it's such a long, hard day. You know, I was the one that would like run around going, I hope you don't go home and tell your freaking family how hard you worked. Because not only you're lazy, but then you're a fucking liar too. Yeah. Because if they could just sit around and stuff like that, Tuck, it's okay. Mom, would you pet him, please? He's just so upset today. He's just so upset, bud. Oh, boy. So at least I've done my part. At least I've done my part talking about all the bullshit. Anyway. So. A lot of freaking people a lot of rituals right now. Zach's been freaking has so much content on Gematria Effect News and Gematria Effect Sports 24. Is that what he's up to right now? Because there's a lot of freaking rituals. A lot of people dying by the numbers. So many. People are already calling fake pregnancy on Rihanna and showing, they got fake bellies and none of it's real. Everything's staged. The whole world's staged. It's all like the Truman Show. Oh, Tut. He and Artie got into a scuffle earlier, so he is on high alert right now. He does not like it like that, and I don't either, so. Anyway, I think that's about all I got. Oh, and then she comes out, the lady at the UPS comes out, starts taking pictures of my car, my van. And then when I was leaving, because the guy's like, I'm a veteran too. And I was like, where are your veteran plates? He didn't have no veteran plates. Yeah. No, he didn't do nothing. That's what they do. They don't do nothing. They say they do something and they don't do nothing. And then he was just like, how with his little mask, he was fucking giving me a hard time about this stupid mask. I'm like, it's fucking all bullshit. It's been 2 years. When are you people gonna freaking get past this shit? It's just ridiculous. Whatever. I don't even like going out and doing stuff, man. I don't even like it. I would love to set up a life where I didn't have to leave, except for go drive around, do fun stuff and stuff like that. I don't like going to the grocery store. I used to love going to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store like every Sunday, and then I'd call mom while I was there, and then she'd go shopping with me before we lived together. Oh, Ma. Yep. So. Anyway, I feel better venting, getting it, all that stuff. That's why I do these talks, to get this stuff out. So many people stuff this stuff, and then they go they go loopy. Because it's just like, that's it. I can't take it anymore. But, world's getting squirrely. You got to find your anchor. You got to get your vice. I did get to meditate today for about freaking an hour or so. I freaking went down deep, so, But that doesn't, I don't understand why these love and lighters think that, like if you're without anger and frustration, like if you have that, I don't know. I'm not liking the, come on, baby. Come here.